Let's build the easiest Enderman farm for Minecraft Bedrock 1.19. And the first thing I'm going to have you guys do is go ahead and kill the Ender Dragon. It might be a pretty big ask, but in order to get this farm working, you need to be in the end. And of course, if you're going to be making this farm, I'm assuming you're going to want to be able to go back to the overworld. So you're going to have to kill the Ender Dragon. With that though, let's get straight into building it. Now go over to the edge of the end island. I'm over here, and what you're going to do is you're going to build out 150 blocks using leaves. And the easiest way to do that is, instead of counting, we're just going to go ahead and use the coordinate system. So if we stand on the edge here, this is -108, -109, -110. So what we're going to do is we're going to build all the way out to -260, because that is 150 blocks out. So just go ahead and add 50 blocks to that coordinate, and then we're going to go ahead and just build a giant bridge. If you want to make this thing safer, then go right ahead and add in some walls. Just make sure that anything that you place down is built using leaves, because if you use normal blocks, then Endermen are going to be able to spawn on the bridge, and it's kind of going to defeat the whole purpose of the farm. So again, build 150 blocks out, and then we're going to continue from there. Once you've built out by 150 blocks, we're going to go ahead and place down a barrel on this leaf block right here. And then we're going to grab our hoppers, and we are going to make a 3x3 of hoppers running into that barrel. So we want it centered on the barrel, and then just link up all of these hoppers. It doesn't matter how they're connected, as long as they are all running into each other. We're then going to grab our blocks, and we're just going to create an outline of blocks around the hoppers. So that's going to be a 5x5 of blocks, and this is going to be where we have the chamber where all of the Endermen fall in. So once we are done doing that, we're going to grab our slabs now, and we're going to place down a 3x3 of slabs over top of the hoppers. After doing that, we're going to grab our blocks, and we're just going to build up by 2 blocks in both of these corners next to the barrel. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come on any of these blocks, and we're going to build up by 30. So we can actually do it right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on. So we're going to build all the way up 30 blocks for the entirety of this tube. So I'll show you what I mean when I am done. When you are all done, this is what the tube should look like. It's 30 blocks tall, technically 31 if you include that bottom layer of blocks. And I'm not sure if I mentioned this before, but on the side with the barrel, you're going to leave a little hole right here, which is a 2x3 hole. And then this is going to be where you kill all of the Endermen. So if you wanted to create a little area for you to stand on, if you're feeling a little bit risky, just on the single block, you can just go ahead and throw down some more leaves. Again, don't use any normal blocks, or you're going to have Endermen spawning here. So make sure that you've got some leaves down. The other option is that you could use normal blocks and then just add a roof here. That way they can't spawn, so they actually wouldn't be able to spawn on these blocks or teleport to them. So these blocks would also be okay, but I honestly would just recommend using leaves, so then you're not risking anything. But yeah, this is what the bottom area is going to look like. So I'm just going to replace this block. And again, one more time, this is a 2x3 hole. And that way the Enderman can't touch you, but you'll be able to kill them with a sword. So up here now, what we're going to do is we are going to build out 6 blocks in each direction. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to do the same thing over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So what we're going to do now is we're going to connect up this corner of the farm over to that corner. So if we just come across here with blocks, and then we come across here, this is the easiest way to make a giant square. And then all we have to do is fill it in, which should take absolutely no time at all. Lucky for you guys, this is a relatively small area to fill in, and it doesn't really need to be that large, because this platform doesn't really need to be any bigger than this, because this pretty much will get the maximum rates for Enderman spawns, and it's going to make it so that they actually are closer to the Endermite, so they're going to fall into the hole even quicker. So we're just going to fill in this entire square. I'm not going to do this all on camera, but once this is all filled in, then we're going to move on to the next step. And after filling in the platform, we're going to grab some trapdoors, and we're going to place down 3 trapdoors right here, 3 trapdoors right here, and then a trapdoor here, and a trapdoor right here. We're going to go ahead and open all of those up, and this is going to trick the Enderman into falling into the hole. And in order to get them over here, we need to have something to lure them in. So what's that going to be? It's going to be an endermite. And what we're going to do is build up by 3 blocks and then over by 2. Go ahead and break these temporary blocks and then go ahead and place down a rail. Now, depending on which way the rail is facing, we're going to place down blocks like so and like so. The reason we're placing these down is so that the minecart can't fall off. So make sure to place down those 2 blocks whatever way the rail is facing. For this next part, you're going to need to get yourself a name tag because we need to name our endermite in order for him to stay so that he doesn't despawn. So you can go ahead and name it whatever you want. I'm going to name it Greg. Actually, no. I'm going to name it Little Greg because he's a little guy, and I feel like our name should reflect that. Oh my gosh, I can't type. There we go, Little Greg. So this is going to be the endermite's name, and in order to spawn in the endermite, we're going to come over here, and we're going to place down some temporary blocks, just like so. So make a little T, build up by 2 blocks all around, build up by 2 over here. Again, these are all temporary blocks. And unfortunately, it's going to kind of mess up with the original shape we had, but trust me, the last thing you want is your endermite falling into the void or falling into the hole. So we're going to come over here, grab a stack of ender pearls, and just throw them against the wall until you get an endermite. Now, you might need about a stack of ender pearls because there is, I believe, a 10% chance of us getting an endermite, but here we go, this is Little Greg. So we're going to go ahead and name him. So there we go, we've got Little Greg now. Grab a minecart. Place down the minecart on the rail, and then we need Little Greg to get into the minecart. So we should naturally get in there. I don't know, you can push him or something. Again, you guys would be in survival mode, so this might be a little dangerous, so you might want to get out of there. But once he's in the minecart, we're going to go ahead and break all of these temporary blocks. Make sure not to break the blocks that are important to the minecart, or you might have some issues. But once you have just this, the minecart, and those 3 blocks, we are pretty much good to go. Okay, really quick, this is super important and a complete oversight on my part. We actually need to go ahead and place down 2 leaf blocks right here. You might notice that the endermite is gone, and that's because an enderman actually spawned up here and then went into the minecart and killed the endermite. So this is very important that you place down these 2 leaves, and yeah, do not forget to do that. So if we actually head down here now, we should have everything spawning. So there should be enderman any second now. Also, really quickly, remember when I had the blocks like this, where there was the 2 blocks and then I placed down a roof here? Don't do this, because what's going to happen is you're going to have enderman spawning on this top bit. So if you do end up doing that, make sure you place leaves over top of those blocks. I just wouldn't do it all together, and I would just use the leaves instead. But we should have enderman spawning, and I do see some over here. They are all up top. And they should be getting aggravated any second now. Sometimes it takes a little while, but once they do get aggravated, they will fall down into the chamber. It's kind of weird how they're not aggravated, but they should be coming down, and I will come back when they are falling into the chamber. All right, there we go. We have our first enderman, and now you can see there is pretty much a steady stream of endermen. It just takes a little bit, but once one get aggravated, they all get aggravated. I think that's what it was. But there is a steady stream. You guys are going to get tons of XP and tons of ender pearls from this farm. As you can see, it is constantly raining down endermen, and they are relatively low to hit. So we've already got 7 pearls, and we've got tons of XP. This farm will give you level 30 in about 5 minutes, which is absolutely insane, and it's one of the best XP farms that you can build. You will occasionally have these brief periods where there are no endermen, but then again, you'll get some more, and then it's again a steady stream of endermen. I really do apologize for my voice. My throat is very dry, so it's hard to talk, but oh my, this thing is, oh my gosh. It's raining. It's raining. All right, there we go. We've got tons of pearls, tons of XP, and this farm is super simple to use. It's super easy, and it's pretty much one tap for all of these guys, assuming you're using a good enough sword. I would also recommend using looting 3, because that way you're going to get the most ender pearls, and I don't really know what you're going to do with these, but you can do whatever you want with the ender pearls. Maybe you're on a server and you want to sell them, but you're mostly building this farm for the XP anyways. Alright, that is going to do it for today's video. I got to end this video before I literally die because my throat is so dry. I can't even get the words out. I'm going to end this video before my throat is too dry. But yeah, that is going to do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this one. If you didn't, please do consider smashing subscribe and leaving a like. My name is 1UpMC, and I will catch you guys in the next one. My guy is literally spasming in the back.